My name is Kelly Andrews. I live in Visalia, California. I started taking the product with Golden Sunrise Pharmaceuticals about 5 months ago, and I was taking it for chronic pain. I had multiple headaches, finger, hands, joints, knees, just multiple body just aching. And I started taking it, and I started feeling better immediately. My son turned 2 June 4th of 2016, and on June 30th, he was given the MMR immunization shot, and a few months after, we noticed a difference in his behavior. We actually noticed about a month after, but it was progressing as time went on, and we were set up for parenting classes, and the representative that showed up from the regional center recommended that we go to speech therapy for our 2-year-old because he just wasn't talking. And we went ahead and scheduled, and by the time they saw him, which was November 30th, he wasn't eating, he wasn't communicating with us, multiple issues that he had. It was undescribable as a mother. He wasn't playing with anybody. He wasn't noticing our animals walking through the door. He wasn't, just wasn't with us. And it was about November 30th when they were able to get us in for speech therapy. When we walked through the door originally, everything was a normal visit. As she studied Jacoby, she noticed what I had noticed, which was lack of attention. And so she asked us if we could stay and have some more people spend some time with him and to evaluate him. And so as we waited, and I knew something was wrong, when we walked in the room, there were multiple women in there, and they were all very concerned. I could see the fear in their eyes. It was just very noticeable. They said that they cannot diagnose him with autism until he's 3, but he qualified for all of the programs. So we signed up for everything to help our son. That evening was November 30th. I decided to give him the 2 products that I was taking, which is the ImunStem and the Aktiffvate. And the next day we gave him 1 drop of each product, and within 3 days we had eye contact, which is a very big deal in the autism world. I contacted Golden Sunrise Pharmaceutical medical staff, and they evaluated Jacoby, and again, the same fears that we had were acknowledged. So we continued to give him the product, even though after 3 days we saw eye contact. I was encouraged, but still very afraid. After about a week, he started to eat again because he wasn't eating. He started to just respond. He was responding to us, not necessarily being in the room, but he was starting to notice that there was noise going on. I almost thought that he had a hearing problem, but as we know now, he had autism. The regional center came to revisit 2 weeks from the day of November 30th, and they saw a significant difference in Jacoby. He was just giving them eye contact, which was a huge thing. We didn't know this, but he was having seizures, so he was drooling. His eye was halfway closed by the time we took him to the regional center. But in 2 weeks after, like I said, then they came to our home, there was a big difference in his eye and eye contact and eating. And he also started talking after 2 weeks. They saw him 42 days after, and that was just the other day, and they told us that he no longer would qualify for any of the autism programs that they have. The great news is that because he qualified in November, he now gets to take advantage of all the classes that are available for him. He was scaled, or he was rated at a 9, which is the highest level, and after they saw him after 2 weeks, he was about a 5. The last time they saw him, after 42 days, they didn't talk about that, but they said he for sure did not qualify for any of the programs for autism. part of the symptoms that he was showing was he didn't want to eat, and we only noticed that he wanted to eat spicy foods. He had hurt his head one day, and he didn't acknowledge any pain or that it even happened. Now he's definitely recognizing when he gets hurt, and he's eating even if it's not spicy. But in the beginning, he was not even, he was like kind of in his own world. He was just playing, but it wasn't really playing. It was putting things, making circles, or lining toys up, or lining up a set of crayons. He just was not playing like a 2.5-year-old should. All the things that he started doing after the immunization shots, there's so many, but he is just very, very different. From the drooling, from the seizures, to his attention span, everything. He's night and day different. He is night and day different. But he really wasn't emotional. Like, he didn't hug anybody. He didn't acknowledge me when I walked through the door. And now he yells "mommy," and now he hugs everybody, and actually he hugs everybody a little too much, so scaring some of the kids away. But I definitely want to thank Golden Sunrise Pharmaceuticals and their medical staff for this incredible product. The ImunStem and the Aktiffvate has changed our lives and saved our baby.